Alright, so how's it going everybody? Hope you all doing well and great. And hey, if you like the video, press on that like button, that helps me out a ton. And today we're looking at the best budget value for money CPU out there for gaming. It's none other than the i3-12100F, the quad-core 8-threaded CPU from Intel that goes for under $100 a new rack right now. It's a quad-core 8-threaded CPU based on the brand new socket from Intel, the LGA1700, and this is the only CPU on the market that goes for that price, brand new, or the latest CPU that's actually good for the money. Not just that, the board that comes with it, like the cheapest board on this socket, is only for $80, so it's not that expensive when you compare it to something from AMD, for example. The cheapest board right now goes for $60 or $70, and there isn't actually CPU that goes for the same pricing. So it gives out a really great edge for anyone who wants to build a gaming PC for the budget. But there's only the used market where this CPU kind of shines. When you compare it to something like a Ryzen 5 3600, for example, they both go for the same price, but the only difference is that you can get boards for cheaper and used, but the performance again is much more superior when it comes to games like Valorant, the FPS intensive games. If you are going to push this CPU with a GPU like an RTX 3060, 3070, you will see some differences, as you can see, in the benchmarks right now. So the great IPC that it has, the single core performance makes up for that it's only a quad-core 8-threaded CPU. So really, when it comes to the value for money, this is one of the best value for money CPUs out there right now in both brand new and the used socket, because simply even like the used is not as consistent as this one, the brand new socket. The other obvious reason is that it's really good at gaming. Like when you compare it to something like a Ryzen 5 5600X with a GPU paired like an RTX 3080 Ti, it's not a realistic, approach to comparing these CPUs with each other. How this CPU on a budget really gives you great value for money. So if you are a budget gamer, you want to build a PC under $700 only for gaming, strictly for that, I don't find the reason why you should go with an i5-12400F over that one, unless you want these extra cores. And to be honest, the difference isn't that big. We're only looking at like $60 to $65 difference. So hey, that's quite a reason why you should do the upgrade. But yeah, maybe if you're like a really on a tight budget and you want to get the best value for money, if you want to scratch the biggest value possible or the biggest performance possible out of your budget, this is the CPU for you. If you are a budget gamer and you want to play the FPS intensive games, like you want to play Valorant, for example, at 240 frames per second only, you don't want anything over that, you can pair this CPU with something like a GTX 960. So here are my 2 cents on the i3-12100F. It's one of the best value for money CPUs right now. A CPU board combo goes for $180, on Micro Center $160, because there's that $20 off. So you're getting great value for money, in my opinion, the best out there when it comes to budget gaming. You compare it with the GPU like an RTX 3060 and you'll not feel the difference between this and an i5-12400F or a Ryzen 5 5600X, for example. But the only reason you go with a CPU higher than that one, the more cores, that will allow you to do better video editing and maybe streaming. So hey, that's been it guys. If you like the video, press that like button. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.